Good evening, everybody. Uneducated Economist here. Let's get the dice going there. So, in today's video, Freddy and I thought we would show off some of our collection. Freddy was pretty excited when we came across these things last night, and he thought that it would be fun to show off some of these gold-backed currencies. Now, I think a lot of people are familiar with these things, but what these are is actually, Freddy, you tell them what they are.
Okay. So, this is what a goldback looks like. And the goldbacks, it's like a dollar bill, except this is made from real gold.
Right. And so how much gold is in that?
1,000.
We were having fun saying this word earlier. 1/1000th. We were saying it over and over again. Now we can't say it. 1/1000th of an ounce. And how much did we figure out was in that one gold back currency right there, Fred?
$2.04.
$2.40.
40 cents.
That's right. $2.40 because an ounce of gold goes for how much?
$2,400.
That's right, $2,400. And so we have a few different ones of these goldbacks. What other ones do we have here?
So this one is $5.
Yeah.
$5.
It's not like $5. It's more just represents like a 5 on there because it's not like really worth dollars. It's more worth gold. And how much is this one in gold? How many ounces is in this one?
1/200th.
1/200th of an ounce. And how much did that work out to be? And if this was
$12?
something
I think it was like 12, close to 12.
Yeah.
Wait, no, this was.
How much is the 100th one worth? The 100th one was worth $24. So that one would be worth $12. That's right.
Yeah.
So what other one do we have here? What's this one? It's the 10. And how much is in that one? That one's the 100th. Here, show that one to him.
This one's the 100th. The reason you know is it says it right there. And this was $24.
And that one would be $24.
Yeah,
that's
$24.
Right. And so what's cool about these is that they're actually, from what I gather, this is a company out of Utah who is in Utah. If a lot of you don't know, is actually a state that recognizes gold and silver as legal tender. So you can actually spend these things there if they were to be, accepted. The idea of spending them at face value for $1 really doesn't make a lot of sense. And most of the time I would imagine that they're just collector items and they don't really do that much different than what a gold coin would do. But, really that's a pretty neat little concept, and you can even hear it. Like, listen, right? You can hear it sounds like, it sounds like metal because it is metal. It's heavy, and you can feel the weight difference between them all. So I thought those were pretty cool little, collector pieces. And when we came across those yesterday, we thought those were pretty exciting. And then also, this is something that our buddy, one of a viewer here who's been sending these things to us for a little while now. These are the queen beasts. Queen beasts.
And it's from England with Queen Elizabeth II on it. On the back of this one, it has white lion, the white lion. On the back of this one, it has a falcon. On the back of this one, it's a goat. And on the back of this one, it's a horse.
I think that's a unicorn, isn't it?
No, it says horse.
Does it say horse? Oh.
White horse.
The white horse, oh.
Yeah.
And we have some other ones that are out there too, that are part of the Queen Beast. There's a huge collection of them. Mm-hmm. And those things are quite unique. What a lot of fun. They're 2-ounce pieces, and I don't really collect a whole lot of stuff out there that I would say is beyond just the silver value of it. But these pieces right here, I definitely have a little bit, higher appreciation for them. They're very beautiful coins and they're awesome. Now, Freddy wants to show off some of his stuff.
as you know, I collect baseball cards. I have some of them right here. These are some of my favorites. Ken Griffey Jr., Wade Boggs, and Ryan Sandberg are some of my favorites.
Yeah. And now, what's fun about Freddy's baseball collection is that he has built up his collection completely on his own. He found a collection at a yard sale. It was actually a flea market for $25 and picked up, I don't know, hundreds of cards that were all dated back to what time?
My oldest one is 1981, but the most common, I would say, is maybe 1990.
Yeah. So he picked up a baseball card collection from some generation before, found it at a flea market, and started his collection off with that. Then been buying packs of cards like crazy, haven't you? And putting this together. So all these cards that he has found or put together, even this old Ryan Sandberg, that was one of his collection that he got from the flea market himself. So.
That's our comment. Where's Jose Canseco? I do not have his card. I want his card. I'm trying to find one for cheap.
What, Jose Canseco's rookie card?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good luck with that, huh? Yeah, someday. So, what's the point of collecting these things, bud?
Well, it's fun, and I like seeing my favorite players, but also, they are worth a lot. Some of them are worth a lot.
Yeah, they can be. Now, here's the thing. You know that you have a card. Say you have a card that you think is worth some money, right? How are you gonna prove it, and how are you gonna get it to people, or how are you gonna sell it? Like, what do you do with the card now that you have a card that you might think is worth some money? What do you got to do with it?
Well, what I do is, I haven't traded any of my old cards. I would say older being before 2010, because I don't really have any. But most of mine, I do trade with friends, but I haven't done it yet, but I'm planning to sell some of these on eBay.
Now, if you wanted to get the most for your card, what would you have to do?
Grade it.
Yeah, what does grading mean?
It's basically, a grade is when you take a card and you send it to a grading company, and what they do is they check each and every corner of it inside to see how damaged it is. Which, if I do it, I do go for PSA because none of the others are really that good.
What does PSA mean?
It's just the brand. I think it's like Professional Sports Association. I really do not know.
You can't remember? Okay.
No. But grading a card can cost from 25 to, what was it, like 5,000?
Wow, depending on what?
The rarity.
The rarity of the card.
Or the item, because, like, if I were to just get, I don't know, maybe that graded, might cost $40 because it's an older card. But if I were to get a 1 of 1 graded, it would be a lot more.
Yeah. And then once you get it graded, now you have proof of its, like, basically its quality and its authenticity, and, you know, basically the higher the quality of the card, you know, the better condition it is in, then the better grade you're going to get for it, and then the more money you can get for it in the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what you're going to do? Are you going to try and have any of your cards graded, or are you just going to try and sell some of the cards as is?
I'm gonna sell some of them as is, but there's one that I might sell. It's my only graded card, which, my only graded card is a rookie R.J. Barrett. He's a basketball player. And surprisingly, that was my first ever sporting card.
That was your first card you ever had?
Yeah, graded RJ Barrett rookie card.
Really?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that? When did you get that?
We went to the mall and they have this little.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I remember
Yeah,
that.
there's this mall that
Okay.
we go to, and it has this one shop where you can buy and sell cards, I think, and there's little tables to like trade and stuff. And when I went there, I bought the graded RJ Barrett $15, which I was seeing if I wanted the RJ Barrett rookie card or because that was 15, or right next to it was the LeBron James card graded for $100. I was being indecisive on which one I want, so I went for the cheaper option.
Because you had the $100, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have it now, though, do you? No.
I'm gonna sell them and get money.
You're gonna sell your cards and get money? All right.
I have tons.
You have tons of cards, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Why don't we read some comments? Let's see what some people have to say.
It's not working.
It'll work. Let's go right here.
Okay.
Just kind of touch right there.
Okay. Yep. Always go for PSA, maybe BGS, yes. Yes, don't go for anything else because I forgot which one it was, but if you get it graded with them, the card like doesn't gain, it barely gains any value.
It's not a trusted grading place, so like it's really important to go to a trusted grading company.
The most popular the most popular is PSA.
Is PSA? So if you got a PSA graded coin, you got something that's probably okay, great. Smart kid, yeah, right? You know, and this is stuff he learned all on his own. I didn't. Well, I told him about grading coins, but I don't know anything about what that PSA is or how much it costs or anything like that. So
I'd rather collect Marvel cards. Yeah. Yard sales. Estate sales can be gold mines. Usually check them for tools, furniture, though. Yes, anytime I go to, I'm starting to think, we don't go to that many anymore, but anytime I go to a yard sale, I'm immediately asking if they have any sports cards. Because I've seen a guy, on YouTube, what he did, he went to a yard sale for $35, got a big bunch of Kobe Bryant's autographs and rookies for like $35, a big box of them.
Like somebody who was selling off something they didn't realize what they had, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that happens. See, like that's what I think you ended up with, was somebody at that flea market just bought an estate sale or something, was selling off boxes of stuff.
Yeah.
Because there was some really good cards in there. I was surprised to see it, and I'm like, wow. I mean, I don't know anything about baseball cards anymore, but I was impressed by what you had there for $25. So,
yeah. Which I'm pretty sure all of these came from that box. All of them. All my old cards came from the box, including the Ken Griffey. It's not a rookie, but still, it's kind of cool. Ken Griffey.
And it's cool because Freddie likes looking, because I still have my old baseball card collection, and so we keep it separate, and Freddie goes through it every once in a while and looks at my old collection, and because I have some Ken Griffey rookies, and what else do I have? What other cards? I got some
Roger Clemens and Wade Boggs.
Yeah, a lot of Roger Clemens and Wade Boggs. Yeah, I was a big Boston Red Sox fan.
Yeah, I have a couple Roger Clemens. Couple.
Yeah. Why don't we read some more comments?
I bought 4 boxes of Upper Deck hockey in the early 90s. Sealed it for dirt cheap. I couldn't believe it. Yeah. Because Ellie De La Cruz, yes. I like Ellie De La Cruz more than Ken Griffey Jr. Yes. Fastest man in the MLB.
Yeah?
Yeah. Ran around the bases in like 11 seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's incredible.
Made it from home to home.
Home to home. Does he hit into Parker home runs? Has that ever happened?
Yeah, he's hit a couple in the park home runs.
Yeah, if you can do it in 11 seconds, I can imagine. He must get a lot of doubles too, huh?
Yeah. What's the rarest card I own? Oh, wow.
I don't know. You have some pretty unique cards. I would like some that I've never seen before. So
I mean,
I don't know about rarity or value, but you have a pretty extensive collection. It's like,
I mean, it's between, like, I have fireworks show here, Tawny, just, I have, a lot of my favorites are base cards, so I'm thinking.
yeah.
The Ken Griffey Jr., the,
Got you on the spot. You never really thought about your rarest card,
no.
did you?
I mean, I have I think graded to 199, Yoni Hernandez.
Listen.
GameStop has buy one, get one, 40% off. Get some, God, where's the nearest GameStop?
I guess we'd have to go to Portland.
Yeah, I went to Big 5 earlier today, and they have a lot of top series too. They have the small packs, the bigger packs, and the hanger pack. The small pack is 15, the bigger pack is 36, and I think the hanger pack is 52.
You know, when I was a kid, they had like 4 different types of baseball cards. They had Topps, Donruss, Fleer, Score, Upper Deck. Like that was it. Now they have all kinds of they got all kinds of them out there.
This is Principal.
What is it? I can't.
Principal.
Principal? Huh.
Principal. But yeah, it's mainly, most of them are Topps.
Kid's gonna be a great public speaker. Yeah, he is. Here, go find some. Let's see, where is there?
Always buy online. I've bought a lot of stuff online for sports merchandise. I don't have it on right now, but that Reds hat I bought online. I also bought a Series 1 2023 baseball pack.
Mm-hmm.
Do they still sell baseball cards that come with a stick of gum? No.
Yeah, that's right. Topps came with a stick of gum. That was funny. It was nasty, hard stick of gum. It was crunchy.
I saw this one guy. He opened an old pack. He was thinking if he wanted to eat the stick of gum or not. He decided not to.
Yeah. Oops, careful.
Panini NFTs. Yeah.
They have so many kinds that my head spins. Yeah. Do you own Trump trading cards? No, I don't have any Trump trading cards.
I had a John F. Kennedy, but I gave it to one of my friends. They sell baseball cards at the post office. I don't know why. Australia is weird.
They sell baseball cards at the post office?
Why the post office?
That is kind of weird, huh?
I mean, I've seen sports cards get sold out like B&N, Barnes & Noble.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess
That's
it's
a
just a pack.
bookstore.
I mean, I wonder. I mean, I could probably sell a pack of baseball cards at the lumberyard. Right.
I'd be going there every day, like, another pack.
I know. Yeah, go find another question. Or another comment.
I had some old Wayne, I don't know how to pronounce that, but card as Gretzky at his debut in the NHL must be worth a couple of bucks. Yeah.
I would imagine. I mean, he was a really popular hockey player back in the day, you know? I mean, I remember, that was pretty much the only hockey player that anybody up here in the Pacific Northwest had ever heard of, so...
Personally, for me, the only Ellie De La Cruz card I have is his rookie card. Yeah.
Silver baseball cards.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You gonna cruise up there? Is there any other up there?
Any
questions or anything?
Cards of a bit. Bitcoin.
Do you? What did you say? What does it say?
Goldbacks gets it. Baseball cards, Bitcoin.
Oh, greater than Bitcoin. Yeah. So what that is, it's a greater sign. So when it's
Yeah,
open
I
like
know.
that. Okay.
I know.
What was that other one? Do you collect Pokemon? We don't really collect Pokemon anymore, do we?
No, I used to, and so it went. I didn't collect anything. Then I started Pokemon. Then I stopped. Then I started again.
Mm-hmm.
Then I stopped and went to Yu-Gi-Oh for like a month.
Yeah.
And then went to
And then
sports cards.
got into what every young man really truly obsesses over, and that's baseball cards. Right?
I have like one Pokemon card. It was for my birthday. I don't know who it is, but it's a Japanese card.
Go ahead and find
Did the Portland Arena have any amateur hockey teams? We had some Thunderbirds in Seattle.
Yeah, I think there is an amateur hockey team.
Yeah.
I think there's something going on in Portland, isn't there, Fred?
I don't
I can't
I
remember.
really don't know.
I thought there was, and I can't remember personally.
Basketball cards? Kinda. I have a couple. I'm not huge into basketball cards, but mainly baseball cards, but I used to, what I did is I didn't know anybody in the MLB, until I did like my first pack. Now I like barely know anyone in the NFL. I mean, I know a lot of the Chiefs roster and the Bears roster because those are my favorites.
Are you a Mariners fan?
Mariners. I'm a Reds, but I mean, Mariners have Julio and JP.
Yeah. We're kind of Mariners fans by default, just because there's so many Mariners fans up here, and like Seattle's like the closest, closest big league team. So.
Yeah.
But we're gonna think about going and seeing the Hops games. They're they're a minor league team over in the Hillsborough area. I thought that would be kind of fun. People who said who'd gone to that game or those games said that they were a lot of fun. So we might go check that out this summer.
Yeah.
And we may actually make a trip up to Seattle too. I'm gonna see if I can't round up a guy's trip up there or something like that.
Yeah, we're trying to go see
possibly the Padres or something.
the Mariners versus Padres game.
Yeah, that would be fun. It's in September.
September. Go Bears. Yeah.
What's that? When's the next member-only live stream? I'm working on it. I'm trying, I was gonna do a try to figure out and do a speech or something like that to break down. And the current speech that has come out from Lisa Cook is not that great. I don't know. I mean, we could break it down and just to fill some content in there, but I'm looking for something that's gonna be better to actually break down. So we may actually do something tomorrow. But I haven't found anything that's like what I found worthy yet to do the members only live stream with, that isn't just some boring old topic. One of the things that I think I might do is just kind of go back over maybe some of the speeches that we have done before, just to kind of reiterate some of the information and talk about how some of the new information might be, or some of the new events that are taking place might, kind of update it, so to speak. One of the things that I found interesting is Ben Bernanke wrote a book a couple years ago, and I downloaded the audiobook and was listening to it. I was doing some work, and it's pretty interesting to hear him talk about some of the things that the Federal Reserve was facing. And I just read or just listened to the first couple of chapters of it, but it really falls right in line with a lot of the things that, I've been talking about as far as running into the lower bound and all the issues that we're facing, from it, and, the fight for inflation and all that other stuff. So anyway, I'm making up excuses. I will get a members only live stream set up and scheduled here in the next day or two.
For that $15.
Hey, right on. Who's that from?
Uncle Black.
Uncle Black?
Yeah.
What did Uncle Black say?
You're way ahead of the game. Take advice from your dad and enjoy you both. Aloha. Which there's one up here. I will give you $7 if you bring a bottle of lemonade next stream.
If you bring a bottle of lemonade to the next stream. Here, let's go back up to Black's. What did he say here? Thank you very much for that too, Uncle Black. I really appreciate the $15, man. You're way ahead of the game. Take advice from your dad. Enjoy both. Enjoy you both. Aloha. Right on, man. Well, thank you so much, Uncle Black. I really appreciate that. So 15. Was there another one up there that we missed or something? Cool. Well, thank you so much, man. Aloha. Yeah. Are the dice real or just CGI? What's CGI, man?
It's what they use like for movies. Like if they're doing CGI is like special effects, but no, they're real.
Yeah. Yeah. Van sent me some dice a long time ago because I was doing these videos in the car, and so I guess he thought it would be cool to send those, and I was like, oh, hey, right on, and so I threw them up there, and they stuck around, and then they became part of the channel.
Oh, CGI, computer-generated images.
All right, thank you. Appreciate that. All right, so, do we have fun showing off our collection here today?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think these Goldback dollars are pretty cool. I think that would be, they're unique, and I think that's fun, and I think it's a neat concept. It's not much different than having a coin or something like that, but having it with like a cool image like they do on there, and then having like the uniqueness of like being able to put it in your wallet or something like that, I think that's pretty cool, and it's a neat, a really cool idea. Ben Bernanke is a joke. Yeah, I mean, well, you can say that, and that's fine. And I mean, it's not like I have to, give him any kind of like, respect of like he's some awesome dude or anything like that, but that dude was talking a lot about monetary policy way ahead of some of the things that we are now experiencing, and he was talking about those back in 2002. Now you can say, hey, he's a complete idiot, I don't want to listen to him, he's a moron, he's a joke, don't even take anything as a consideration, and then you would totally be missing out on the idea of the credible threat theory, right? You'd be totally missing out on the idea that the Federal Reserve could be moving into the purchasing of foreign debt to expand the balance sheet of their, to be able to expand the liquidity out there. Like, you'd be missing out on a lot of stuff. That dude, whatever, you don't have to, think of him as any kind of like respectable guy or give him any kind of credit in that fashion. But when it comes to understanding monetary policy and where we are today, he was exposing it. He was talking about it straight up, and everybody just wouldn't listen. And so here we are going back and breaking down his speeches from 2002 to go like, holy moly, man, we are experiencing all this stuff that you're talking about. Wow. All right, so, maybe you might want to listen to him again just to see what he has to say about monetary policy. All right.
Some guy said, ever think of collecting stamps? So when I got some of these cards, there's a bunch of other sports memorabilia, and what came with it was some 32-cent stamps, and the cool ones were Babe Ruth and Cy Young.
Yeah.
I have a bunch more that I don't know who, but
yeah, it was a sheet of stickers that had all kinds of, and some of them were gone, some of them were used, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I got Babe Ruth still on there.
Babe Ruth's on there. Yeah,
Which one thing that we haven't done yet, but I'm thinking of, if I'm pretty sure I wanted to hear, if you send Aaron Judge some cards, then he mostly like signs them and sends them back.
Yeah. So we're gonna see if we can get that happen.
Yep.
I don't know. So,
What's up here?
any other questions, or are we gonna call it good at 30 minutes?
How to get your son still? I still need a course. Tape him to a chair. I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
What was the?
Tape him to a chair.
What was the question?
How to get your son to sit still? So I still need a course.
Oh, tape him to a chair. Is that what you said? Yeah, that's.
Uh,
Oh wow! Hey, right on. Who's that?
I want to see Chess and Magic. The Gathering videos next. I bought an essay on economic theory because of a thoughtful friend of mine who recommended your channel. God bless you and your family.
Oh, who cool is that? What's their name?
Pimp Sauce.
Pimp Sauce. I love it. Thank you so much for the, what is it, $10?
Yeah.
Man, thank you so much for the $10. We really appreciate it, and thank you so much. What was the comment was kind of funny too.
Yeah. Aaron Judge, nice guy. Jackson Churro sends him back sign too. Nice.
Aaron Judge does. Oh, that's cool.
Aaron Judge and Jackson, yeah.
Hold on, I'm sending you the money. Who is this? Cody, the Linux user? My parents who expect the permission. Wow, it's funny how many youngsters we have on this channel, and sometimes I forget about that, because I go off and I just start kind of, I'll cuss, or I'll, maybe talk about something that might be a little offensive, and I forget how many young kids and people, just the youth in general have an interest in this topic. And I wish that at a age, even just being in my early 20s, I wish I had at least some sort of understanding of economics to a level that I didn't care. Like, I didn't care about any economics. I didn't care about any of that stuff. And to see, like, a younger generation actually taking some sort of understanding and care about it, that's exciting to see. It's nothing that I really ever saw when I was growing up or ever expected. So it's cool to see it happening here.
At least you're not an Astros fan. The Astros has Jose Altuve, okay? So.
Who do they have?
Jose Altuve.
Oh, okay.
I have 6 ounces of silver I'm saving.
Yeah, good for you. Man, that is awesome. One of these belongs to Freddy. Yeah, one of those queen bees. You're doing amazing work educating the young generation, Simon. Well, thank you very much. The financial minutes, I really appreciate that, man. Yeah. The rich plan for the 3 generations, the poor plan Saturday night. Got to be careful. Yeah. Kids are interested in economic policy. Yeah, I actually have found some kids who are interested in economic policy. It's pretty amazing. I've had a few young, I never talked to them personally, but, the emails seem genuine enough where I've actually had, a couple of younger guys, have contacted me saying, thank you for doing this channel. I really appreciate it. It's just like, it's giving me a better understanding of what it is that I want to do going into the future. And like, it was like all this stuff. And I'm like, wow, it's actually happening here. So yeah, I guess young people do take into consideration for it. I didn't really consider it until I was starting to get in my 30s, Economics.
My son is 6 months old. You got any advice?
What's that? My son's 6 months old. Got any advice?
Show him a dollar bill. Say, this is money.
This is money. This is what money is. I don't know. At 6 months old, I don't know. Like, I mean, for me, like, I always thought of, like, holding on to things like this from the time that they were kids. Like, I've never really given up any. There was a time when I had to give up some to buy a car, but after that, I've done nothing but just, like, accumulate these. And the entire time, I've always thought that this is, like, for the future generation, right? This is always about building it up, and then, one day Freddie will have it, and he sees me doing it, and he'll build it up one day, and then he'll pass it on to his kids, and then this will always be something that's in our lives that, and hopefully will always be in our lives. And, teaching the lessons in that fashion just from the very early days, like, I mean, Freddy sees it, he sees the collection. We look at it, we look at the different types of coins out there, and we talk about it and stuff. And so it just kind of becomes just a natural thing. What does it say? Cruise it down. I created, what did it say?
A PowerPoint.
Presentation about silver. None listened? Oh, man. Hey, Cody, send me a link to it, and I'll put it out there. Hey, do you have it on video? If you have it on video, send me a link to it and at the uneducatedeconomist at Gmail. Do you think large corporations will be squeezed out of profit if consumers stop buying? I'm assuming stop buying. Corporations are all we have. Cruise that back down again. Let me look at that. Do you think corporations will be squeezed out of profit if customers stop buying? Well, obviously, yeah, of course they will. I mean, if the customers stop buying, they'll be squeezed out of profit. That's all there is. I mean, yeah, absolutely. What does that say? Buy ETH, thank me in 15 years. That's it. What's better, ice cream or cotton candy?
Ice cream.
Yeah,
I don't
definitely.
really like cotton candy.
Yeah, I don't either.
Are you aware of what happened to Donald Trump?
You want to talk about that?
I don't care.
I mean, it's up to you. I mean, we were talking about it earlier,
Yeah.
so yeah. So why don't you tell everybody what happened?
Well, yeah, I mean, they tried to assassinate him. It hit his ear, and it sounds like it was two people, because if the first one's going like then I saw like whatever was hitting him couldn't have gone that fast, so I'm pretty sure it was two people. One of the shooters was found dead. And I don't really know too much about it.
Yeah.
You kind of went through and looked at it.
Yeah, we were just kind of looking at, some of the things and watched the video and stuff. And yeah, some of the gunshots sounded a little over the top of each other. So if this is one of the things that, I kind of noticed when I was listening to it, because I didn't watch the video. Sarah was playing it on her phone, and I was listening to it, and when I started hearing the shots, and I'm like, wait a minute, it sounded like there was a shot over the top of another shot. So if you've ever fired a gun before, it's generally fairly repetitive. Like, it doesn't have to exactly be repetitive, but even if you're shooting really fast, it's generally right, kind of thing. And if you listen to the recording, it's kind of, to me, like there was shots overlapped each other. So either it was like, the gunman shooting and somebody like maybe CIA was shooting at the gunman, or there was two gunmen shooting at the same time. But it sounded to me like there was it sounded like there was two shots being fired at the same time, or very close within reason to think that they were overlapping.
I saw an article, I didn't read it, but one guy apparently saw the shooter like minutes before he shot. So.
And that's the other thing. Like, he was, where was he at? Where was he located, the shooter? Wasn't he on like a building or something?
I think he was on top of like a barn rooftop.
Like on a barn roof, right? And so now this is another thing. Now, I'm not again, you can already tell, just the conspiracy mindset that just kind of goes through through it all. But okay, so here's the thing. I'm not some kind of CIA expert on security or anything else. But I know that there's a certain security screen level, right? And now if there's something elevated beyond that screen, like you got this horizon, and if there's an elevated spot above it, that needs to be secured, right? Because that's a point. That's like a sniper point. So on stage, the CIA would then scan the horizon and say all these particular points need to be secured in order to make sure that nobody can fire down from an elevated position. Now, if I can explain that, then I know the CIA knows that, right? I mean, this isn't that's a mosquito. Now, this isn't some top level, level secret kind of agent stuff. It's not like that at all, right? It's just like, it's just basic understanding of security. In that if you have an elevated position, that's a danger spot, right? I mean, so to think that there was this open position out there is just a little, it's to me, that's just like, what's going on, right? Like, how could that be? How can that be there? Like I would have picked that out as saying that's a danger zone, right? But yeah, whatever. Okay, what else we got here? What is there any comments there?
Your live stream makes me feel connected. Thanks for all you do.
Oh yeah, you bet, man. Well, it makes me feel connected too. Like, and I think Freddie enjoys coming out here too. Well, he is the one who asked to come out and show off the collection, so
Yeah.
he wanted to do this one. So, yeah. Is there any more? We got to keep going with questions, man. What do we got?
Will the draft come back to simulate the economic activity just like in World War II?
No, I doubt it. I doubt it. I mean, it made me just think about selective service, and then like the whole, like, do even people even sign up for that anymore? So I don't know that, like, I can't imagine, like, a draft thing happening. It's not like, if it is way back there in the thoughts. How do you think this is gonna affect the stock market, if any? What, the Trump thing? I don't know. It might have. I don't know. It might have some, like, some impact on it, but is this like a false flag kind of thing that's happening here? I don't think so. Like, I mean, it might get blown way out of proportion and used and propagandized and all that other stuff, but I don't know anything outside of just being some wacko up on the roof with an AR and the possible conspiracy theories that I kind of rolled around and thought about, which is just more for entertainment. What happened was a serious thing, right? I mean, shooting at people is the last thing that I want to see happening. That's one of the reasons why I'm not really a big time carry your guns and show off your ARs and, present it out there for everybody to see. It's just not the type of environment that I want, Freddie to grow up in. It's not the one that I want to see. I'm a big time Second Amendment supporter. Like, I have firearms. I know how to use them. Freddie's shot and, he's fired off some of them. We go out there and learn how to use, the air, the air rifles and stuff like that, and learn proper, safety and all the other things that go with it. But ultimately, this is, if anything, it's going to be pushed again to try and do some sort of more gun control or whatever, then used as an excuse. And then that information is going to get pushed around and pissing people off, and set the emotions going and all that other things. I mean, I don't know. Like, I look into that stuff and I just think, to myself, it's just like, I have a constitution and I have these walls. Right, that's it. That's the only thing I really have, because everything else that goes on out there is none of my business. I mean,
How many LED cruise cards do you own? One. Only one. For Hunter Greenie, I think I own like 3.
What did you say? Do you think this looks
bad for us in the world economic stage? That's a sign of decline.
I don't know. Do you feel like what do you feel, Fred? What do you feel is happening with the economy? You feel like things are going to get really bad and ugly and worse, or are you just thinking, nah, we'll get through it and we're going to find better days at some point?
Didn't something happen with like lumber?
Yeah. Yeah, it sure did. That's a little too stressful for the fretters. He's like, I don't want to think about that stuff, Dad. Let's talk about baseball cards. All right, your dad too smart to fall for the WWE of politics. Yeah. Go Mariners. Yeah. All right. How was the last week's camping trip? Oh yeah. Why don't you talk about that?
Well, I went with one of my friends, and I think what happened is, I went to his house today. And the ride back, I realized, I think from camping, my bike tire already had a hole in it, and now it's to the point I can't ride it. But the camping trip, it was good. For my first time,
Yeah.
there was this really, really nice swimming spot where me and a couple friends caught a bunch of crawdads.
Yeah. Like, how many crawdads did you guys catch?
Well, we gave them to our friend that we were catching them with, and the total that they already had a couple. In total, they had maybe 75
Oh, wow.
crawdads.
Nice. That was a nice bunch. 75 crawdads. Those little
Because
little crick crawdads, they're tiny. They're just little guys, you know.
some guy gave us his trap full of crawdads.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What'd you think about sleeping in the tent?
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fine. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Well, what about, let's see, cooking up there was pretty, like, we barbecue all the time anyway, so it was just like barbecuing anyway. Right? We always grill outside, so that's not, cooking outside is not a big deal for us. We do that all the time anyway. Yeah, it was pretty relaxing up there. You know, it was peaceful and quiet. You know, it was about an hour and 15 minutes away, and I went up there and hung out with them after work, and then drove into work first thing in the morning. And it was kind of a little rough doing that, camping out there and sleeping on the ground, and then, like, you know, trying to get up and go to work. You know,
We had the mattress thing, kind of.
we did. We had the mattress thing, which wasn't too bad, which made it pretty comfortable. And you know, the one thing that I really, really enjoyed about being up there was first thing in the morning, like at 4 o'clock in the morning, I got up and had the old camp percolator coffee maker and made up coffee first thing in the morning, and was sitting out there in, like, the woods in the cold and looking out over the camp, drinking that coffee. And I tell you, that was really pleasant. That was really, really nice. I enjoyed doing that. And yeah. Anyway, what's the next statement there, bud?
Do you think the wealth,
What does this say? Do you think the wealth redistribution will benefit the millennials
and the Generation Z so they can buy houses in the future because of high costs?
No, I don't like. Oh, let me see that. Do you think the wealth redistribution, and when you say wealth redistribution, what do you think that's going to look like? Like, I don't see where the top 1% redistribute their wealth. I think they just separate themselves even more and further away from everybody else. Like, the wealth redistribution was the middle class being, like, disassembled, right? Like, that wedge grows wider because of the new money that comes in. There isn't a redistribution of wealth. There's only new money that comes in and separation between the rich and the poor. That's the only direction it goes. If it was to go any other direction, what we would have is a collapsing of the economy and everybody falling into misery and poverty. So there is no redistribution of wealth. There's only inequality and a growing inequality of wealth.
That one guy, he sent the email.
Oh, thanks, Cody. Yeah, I'll check that thing out.
He says, camping is a pure life, a great mixture of nature and the benefits of tech. But up here, last time I went camping, a bear chased me out of there.
Yeah, luckily we didn't have any bears. I was worried about raccoons tearing our camp apart, but we didn't have any issues with that. You know what was cool was the frogs, right? So the frogs
Millions.
were, millions. So, like, at first I'm like, oh no, and they're just croaking everywhere, right? But what was neat is that it would come in waves, right? So, like, the croaking would, like, disappear, like, it would dissipate, and you would hardly hear it, and then all of a sudden, and then it would all light up again, and then it would just be super loud for another, few minutes or whatever, and then it would slowly fade away. And so there was, like, this constant wave of croaking that was happening all night. It was kind of weird. And what were some of those comments there? The future, what does that say?
The future is so bright for the youth. Like your dad's channel is so good. They need to pull people back into politics. Thanks for all you do, Yui.
Yeah, you bet, man. Thank you for the comment too. You're raising your kid right, man. God bless. Well, yeah, he's getting his practice in. He was the one who wanted to come out and do the live stream today, so wanted to show off the collection and, talk about some of these Goldbacks and some of the baseball cards and just have some experience here. All right, Cody. Last time I went camping with my scout patrol, it was at a privately owned piece of land, and it was hell. Bummer, man. That sucks.
I have experienced the frog croaking waves up camping. It's wild to hear them get up to a roar.
Yeah, it was almost like deafening sounding, especially when it's like, when it's really quiet out and all of a sudden it's just like everywhere. It's like, whoa, and then it goes down again. Yeah, that's cool. All right.
Will you ever own a Mickey Mantle or a Ted Williams?
Boy, that would be a score, wouldn't it?
The Mickey Mantle rookie card, any Mickey Mantle card is good, but the Mickey Mantle rookie card is the most expensive. It's sold for... The graded Mickey Mantle rookie card sold at an auction for $12.7 million.
What? Jeez. Oh my gosh.
1953 Mickey Mantle rookie card graded. It sold for $12.5 million.
Very cool, man. Can you imagine?
For a singular baseball card.
Yeah.
Has your dad brought you to how change the oil filter yet?
No, that's something we were actually going to do this weekend on the Explorer, but I guess I got lazy and didn't do it. Maybe next weekend we'll do that. Change the oil in the filter.
Knowing $12.5 million off the top of his head is astonishing. I know a lot of baseball facts.
Freddy knows a lot of facts in general, and Freddy's really good. Freddy, I have to say, Freddy will pop off with some stuff that he learned, and it's just like you question it. Like, that day that we were sitting in the Chinese restaurant, he says something about how, what did you say? The galaxy or something smells like raspberries. And I'm like, what in the world? Get out of here, And he was like, no, it's true. So we ended up Googling it there at the Chinese restaurant. Sure enough, there's something. What was it? I don't know.
The Milky Way smells like raspberries.
The Milky Way smells like raspberries. Okay, whatever. I don't know how he figured this thing out or learned that, but whatever.
Yeah. Knowing $12.5 million off the top of my head, yeah. I mean, longest home run in baseball, Babe Ruth, 585 feet.
Yeah. Hey, what's the fear of long words?
Hippopomonstria squapidaliophobia.
Hippopomonstria squapidaliophobia. The fear of long words. Sometimes you have to learn your fear in order to overcome it. Man, that was a tough one, right? 32-letter long words. The fear of long words.
I'm pretty sure the disease, the longest word is a disease caused by silica dust from a volcano, which is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
What?
Supercalifragilistic.
That's what that is?
Yeah, the disease of silica from a volcano, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Really? I think you're making that one up. I think somebody tricked you on the internet.
No.
We're going to have to look that one up.
Okay. Milky Way runs on 2% milk.
Yeah. What is that, Mickey Mantle? What is that? The one above it.
Mickey Mantle of wealth, the downfall of an economy.
Exuberance, the downfall of an economy. Yeah, the Mickey Mantle exuberance, right? So you think about it, that's really true. People spending this ridiculous amount of money on baseball cards or cars or just whatever, because it's just you got to have it in your collection.
I saw this one card that I don't even think is for sale. It's a 1 of 1, which I think that 1 of 1 might be the only one in the world because I couldn't find anything else. It was a Home Run Kings 50 card autograph. It's a booklet with 50 autographs in it.
Really? That would be cool.
And it was a 1 of 1.
Yeah, that's amazing.
The Milky Way and the moon both made of cheese.
Remember when Mac tried to convince you that the moon was made of cheese?
Yeah.
He had always been trying to tell him that.
He's probably going to grab a piece of Swiss cheese and here, It's from the moon.
It's from the moon. That would be a Mac thing. That's what he would do.
NFT sold for 55 million. The serious coin. Yeah, NFTs are weird.
Do you know what they are?
Non-fundable tokens.
Well, okay, non-fungible tokens. Yeah, that was pretty good, Fred.
Yeah, and there's like a football NFT made of like 64 pixels total, sold for like 18 million, I think.
Yeah, those NFT things, I don't buy into it. I'm just like, I could see the. Nah, it's just like some of that stuff is just like it gets a little too much. For a digital copy of something, $18 million. I mean, good lord.
I'm convinced NFTs are sold to launder money.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm like. I'm almost kind of on the same wavelength as that.
My favorite silver coin is the airport biomass detection dog. What's yours?
Wow, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
What is my favorite coin? I don't know. So like I'm not really somebody who's into coin collecting for the rarity and say like, wow, I have this really rare coin.
I know.
My stuff is more sentimental, like the reasons why I have it, who gave it to me, So like my favorite coin or whatever like that is, and like would be like probably it wouldn't be that important to somebody else because it has more meaning behind it than it does anything else. Because I don't really look at anything in my collection as far as I don't look at anything outside of the weight value. Like, what is it?
The Deion Sanders coin.
The what? Oh, you like that Deion Sanders one? Yeah, I have a Deion Sanders commemorative token. It's 4 ounces. Freddie really likes that one. That's his favorite. Yeah. So, all right, getting close to the end here. We're gonna cut this off here in about 3 minutes. All right.
None of them are actually rare. They just look cool.
They just look cool. Yeah. They're just for fun. Right.
Oh, wait.
Right on, Cody, man. You're cool.
Just this popped into my head. Remember that one shop we went to where you buy meat and they accept Bitcoin?
Yeah, we went to a farmer's market and the guy was promoting the sale of his grass-fed beef through Bitcoin sales. Like he was promoting, hey, you get a better deal if you use Bitcoin with me.
Like he accepts Bitcoin.
Yeah, like he accepts Bitcoin, and it was pretty cool. I give him I told him about the channel and all this other stuff. So yeah, it was pretty cool to see that at a farmer's market. That guy just he had big Bitcoin logos and everything else.
I only accept cash.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's probably the smartest way to go about anything, because then you can turn your cash into whatever it is that you want. But I've worked for Bitcoin, I've worked for silver, I've worked for cash, I've worked for trade and other things. It's just like, to me, whether you're trading, the silver or trading your skills, it's all the same thing. It's just what it is what it is that you're trading for and what it is that you need in your life. So. Yeah, go ahead and grab another one. We're almost done here. Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yeah, is that the? All right. I've worked for free. Yeah, I only accept dollars, Swiss francs, and Kuwaiti dinars. Wow, my buddy had some of those. I hadn't even thought about them in a while. What does that say? It's nice to. Oops.
Got him. I think.
It's nice to have an option, but what if you only had one option? Is that the final goal? What is that about? What's that? What did Cody say there?
I'll be back in a week. I live in Australia and I have school, so none of our schedule line up on weekends, except on some weekends.
Oh, okay, Cody. All right, cool. Well, I mean, yeah, I will try and get, something set up for the members-only live stream, since you're a member there, and I'm sure you probably want to join in on that. And I'll make sure to be conscious of that and set those live streams up so that they are on the weekend. I'll try and do something tomorrow if I can. I got a lot of work going on around here, but there's got to be something like maybe the review of Ben Bernanke's speech, which I think is probably going to be fairly telling about what's going to be coming into the future, especially when we understand like that idea of, the expanding the balance sheet into the purchasing of foreign assets. Like, I would love to find something on that and talk about that, for you guys. But,
Alright, last comment, I
okay.
think.
Yep, last comment.
I work and accept cards.
What's that?
Freddy works and accepts cards.
Freddy works and accepts cards, yeah. He would probably work for cards, wouldn't you?
Yes.
All right. Very cool, guys. Well, that's probably going to do it for us on this live stream. Freddie wanted to show off some of the collection. We were just kind of talking about some of the things that we collect and how we enjoy spending our time doing this collection and how we get into our hobbies, enjoying talking about economics and everything that we do here. So thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Freddie. Yeah. All right. You want to do the sign off?
Uneducated Economist, you let me know.